1, 2, 3, 4!
Hi, I'm Amy, and I'm your VJ for this special evening of rock video history. 9 years ago, one of the greatest rock and roll bands of the 70s had a tragic breakup. Today, we will have a special MTV rock music close-up with Debris. For more in-depth story and a portrait of the band, we'll talk with Raider Rob, MTV's roving reporter.
You know, we usually think of trash and debris as kind of the same thing, but we have a new kind of debris we're going to feature for you today, a musical kind of debris. And they really aren't trash at all. You see, 9 years ago, the rock group Debris broke up. And it's been announced recently, unfortunately for all of us, that Static Disposal, the record label that Debris used, is going to re-release their album Prisoner of Rock and Roll. And we're going to get to hear a previously unheard single, Trisha, off that album. Now, Oliver Powers started Debris in 1973. He's the only surviving member of Debris left. We're going to talk with him about his life and about his music and about what it was like to be a major rock and roll star just a few years ago.
You know, Debris like trash.
But Johnny's gone now. There are eyewitnesses that swear that they saw him as he was picked up by a UFO.
And was Chuck a victim of a UFO also?
Oh no, that wasn't his style at all. He electrocuted himself. I've got the microphone he did it on right here. He's filming a Coke commercial. We had just done 32 takes. And 32 takes, that's a lot of cans of Coke. He ended up just dropping them on stage to save time. And there's a considerable pool of Coca-Cola. And when his lips touch this mic, it's all over.
So, Oliver, does that mean you were more cautious than the others?
I don't drink Coke.
And fortunately for us, he didn't. He was here to talk to us on this 9th anniversary feature on MTV. From the group Debris, they broke up 9 years ago, but now we get to hear them again as Static Disposal, the record label, the company, has re-released Prisoner of Rock and Roll, and they've released the single Trisha, which is climbing the charts and will soon reach #1. Reporting for MTV, I'm Raider Rob.
Debris has been both criticized and praised. Rolling Stone reporter Jules Corsage probably knows them better than anyone else. MTV's Stacey Statham talked with her.
Hi, I'm Stacey Statham, and we tracked Jules Corsage down in her office at Rolling Stone magazine, and this is what she had to say about her first encounter with Debris.
I met Debris about 12 years ago when I was in a little bar in a town called Norman, Oklahoma, and I was curious to see this was a local band, and they were pretty popular, I guess, in the town. So I went to see them, and I was really impressed with their originality.
Jules, we all know that you're a famous writer for Rolling Stone, but really, how did you get the interview with Debris?
Well, Debris, since I first met them, had been fairly close friends with me, and they were a very private group. And when we decided to do the interview in the magazine, they wanted me to do it because they felt a lot more comfortable with me and knew that I wouldn't re-edit or put in anything out of context from the copy they saw. So we decided to have me do it.
Okay, Jules, we know that you're a very talented writer, and you probably pay a lot of attention to lyrics as far as songs are concerned. What particular Debris song strikes you as being lyrically fulfilling?
I think it would have to be Trisha. It's the simplest lyrics on the album, and it's the most emotionally charged, and they used a lot of sound effects instead of words, and I thought that was their best one.
How do you feel about their deaths now? What kind of feelings do you have about the band or the members?
Well, I still feel that it was a great tragedy, not only personally for the friends and relatives of the group, but for the music industry itself. I think they really could have gone very far, perhaps as big as the Beatles were at one time. And I think it's just a waste, a tragic waste.
We'd like to thank Jules Corsage for taking time out of her busy schedule to talk with us. And what a coincidence. On the way back from our interview with Jules, we happened to run into the world-famous DJ, Marvelous Mark Maxwell.
Yeah, Debris, I knew him. I knew him from the beginning. I'm pretty much responsible for their start. You know, not many people know this. It was back when I was working at radio station KRAT for J.R. Bisbee.
So you were the DJ then?
No, actually I was the custodian. Uncle J.R. had given me a job there for the summer with the radio station, and I was able to pick up an underground tape of Debris and get it stuck in the radio playlist, and well, the rest is pretty much history. Our listening audience, they all loved it. They all responded favorably, about all 30 or 40 of them.
What do you think about their latest single, Trisha?
Well, you know, actually that was my idea too. I had actually called it Priscilla, and it was my idea for the effects and everything, but you know, they gave me credit for the song or anything. That's fine. I never really wanted it. I just was pretty much in promoting the success as a group.
What were your reactions to the tragic deaths of the other two band members for Debris?
Oh, well, you know, Johnny, man, that was a shame. A real tragedy. Even though nobody really knows what happened, I think he just had this thing with Elvis. You know, I've had the theory that Elvis isn't dead and that they run off together to Tahiti, and they have a little place out there where they grow tobacco and make their own cigars. As far as Chuck, man, there was a real tragedy. I was sorry to see him leave. Problem being that he stuck me with a check about 6 years ago in a restaurant for $30 and never paid his half for it. Tragic.
So would you be seeking revenge?
No. I think God's got my revenge for me. I'm pretty well satisfied.
Thank you, Marvelous Mark. I'm Stacy Statham, reporting for MTV.
Thanks, Stacy. Debris' top single, Trisha, is rapidly climbing the charts. It should soon hit #1. Here it is, Trisha by Debris.
Talking to the man on the street, talking loud and oh so neat, talking to everyone you meet, talking about Trisha. Trisha! Is it Trisha? Trisha.